Good morning and welcome to STEAM 2021. We are extremely happy to organize a virtual platform for an exhibition where the children of DPS Kollam can showcase their skills, talents in science, art, and technology. The term STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. So, this is a forum where they incorporate the science, math, robotics, and art topics that they have learned previous year. Some of them have taken some topics of their choice, which are really interesting and worth presenting too. Your science teacher must have discussed about the career option book in your online classes, which is based on STEAM. Wishing you all the best. Have a wonderful, innovative, and enriching experience. Thank you. I pass on the mic to Ms. Pratiksha.
Thank you, Manjuma. Dear children, pin the speaker view to have a holistic view of the demonstration that your friend is going to perform. Dear all, we have Angelina Fernandez from grade 5 with her performance. Angelina, all the best.
Thank you, Mom. A very pleasant morning to my respected teachers and my dear friends. Today, I'm here with an interesting topic, the Earthquake Alarm Ringing Project. In this, I have used copper wires, on and off switch, a buzzer, a clip connector, and a 9-volt battery. Now, let's talk about earthquakes. What are earthquakes? Earthquake is a trembling or shaking on the surface of the earth. Now, I'm going to tell you what to do before an earthquake. Before an earthquake, the cupboards and shelves should be fixed to the wall so they do not fall down. Electrical cables may be damaged, so every building should have a firefighting equipment. Have an earthquake readiness plan and share it with all the family members. Have an emergency bag ready with essential medicines, torchlight, water, some biscuits, a battery-operated radio, and a first aid kit. What to do before an earthquake? Before an earthquake, as soon as you feel a tremor, you should follow the rule. Drop, cover, and hold on. Take cover under a sturdy table so nothing falls on top of you, and hold on it so it doesn't move away from you. If you are in a safe building, stay there. If a crack develops, leave it and go to an open area. Use the stairs, not the lift. Stay away from tall buildings, signboards, poles, electrical wires, and tall trees because they could fall on you. If you are in a car, drive to a clear place and stay inside the car till the shaking stops. Now, I am going to on my project. And it makes a disturbing noise where we can understand it's an earthquake. I hope you all now know what to do before and during an earthquake. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelina. That was a wonderful piece of work. Now we have Manav Rajiv from grade 5 with his presentation. Manav, good luck.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, respected teachers and my dear friends. I am Manav Rajiv of grade 5. I am here to show you a small demo of a working wet grinder. For making this, I have used a 5-volt motor, 5-volt DC circuit, an ice cream bowl, some pieces of wood and also sandpaper and some paint. The 5-volt motor is connected to an ice cream bowl with the help of a bearing. Bearing lets the ice cream bowl and the motor stick together. For the inside portion of the grinder, I have used small piece of wood and I have made a hole in the center. I have done with this with the help of a sandpaper and cutter. Now let me show you how it works with the help of a electricity. Now I have connected the socket and it's in the motion. Thank you.
Congratulations, Manav. That was a fantastic piece of work. Now we have Shivani and Adinath to do their presentation. Shivani and Adinath, best wishes.
Good morning, everyone. I am Adinath.
I am Shivani.
Today we are going to do an experiment.
Called the burning candle. So, since we
The things we need is a candle, colorful water, and a bowl-shaped plate, glass, and lighter.
fix the burning plate.
And fill it with the then we have to put the wax in the plate, and we have to stick the candle up, and we have to light it up, and with a red glass. So suddenly the glass the water will fill up. So it is of the air pressure.
Can we screen share?
I want a screen share. Sure. You may screen share now.
The candle went out without us blowing on it because it ran out. So without oxygen, the candle can't continue burning. The flame used up the oxygen and it burned. And since the candle was trapped inside the glass, it quickly used up all the available oxygen. Without oxygen inside the glass, the candle cannot keep burning. The burning of the air and the water is. When the candle was still burning, the flame heated up and the air inside the glass. The hot air expanded and created lighter air pressure inside the glass than outside the glass. Some of the high pressure air inside the glass escaped from under the glass. After they have seen and bubbles. When the flame extinguished, the air inside the glass cooled down. Cooling air contracted, which in turn lowered the air pressure inside the glass. Thank you. So I'm going to show the images. Now we are going to explain air pressure.
Air pressure is the pressure exerted by the air in in all directions. We use air pressure when we are drinking a water using straw. Examples for air pressure is syringes, eyedroppers, ink droppers, straw, etc.
Thank you, Shivani and Adinath. That was a wonderful performance. And now we have Nitin Menon from grade 5 with his performance. Nitin, best wishes.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I am Nitin Menon from grade 5. I know when you switch on the motor switch for the tank to get filled, you often forget and waste a lot of water. I have a solution for it, and this is my process. Water level indicator. The principle behind it is that a pencil is made with graphite. Graphite conducts electricity. Materials used: 9-volt battery, 2 pencils, a buzzer. This is the model of the water level indicator. I have connected the positive and the negative terminal of the battery to the tip of the pencil, and the other tip has been connected with the buzzer. When the water reaches a particular level, the tip of the pencil comes in contact with the water. It prompts a circuit with water and pencil, and the buzzer starts producing beep sound. Buzzer starts producing beep sound as it touches the water. Thank you.
Thank you, Nitin. That was a wonderful piece of work. And now we have Arnav Arvind Kosh from grade 7 with his presentation. Arnav, best wishes.
Good morning, everyone. I am Arnav, and today we are going to see a project made on Scratch, which is based on the circulatory system. So I'll screen share and show you the project. This is occurring at a school where 2 children have the inter-school competition. So they planned and made a made a program on Scratch. So let's see. These are the parts of the heart. The flow of blood to the heart. So this was my project and I am going to show you the codes which I used to make it. So first we are going to see the codes of the two children. So here it starts from the basics, the when fly flick code, and then I hope that you could see. Then
Yes,
I
we can.
use the same code. The same I used for the second child. Now the codes for the heart. The arrows. I have given different wait time so that they would come in an order. And other codes are same. The writings also have the same thing. Now about the blood particle. I have used a little bit more codes over here, especially the say codes. And now comes the button. Hope you understood the codes and about the circulatory system. Thank you.
Thank you, Arnav. That was a wonderful demonstration on the blood circulation. Now I hand over the mic to Miss Suja.
Thank you, students, for all your wonderful presentations. Now we came to the end of this live presentation and we are moving on to the recorded presentations. So sit back and enjoy. Thank you so much.
Hello friends, my name is Ira Hashim. I'm from grade 5 DPS Kollam and I have here my STEM project, that is magnetic swing. A force is created around the magnetic field called the magnetic force. Here I have two magnets. And a magnet has two poles. One is like poles and unlike poles. In like poles, the magnets attract each other, and in unlike poles, the magnets repel each other. I've used the same principle here. Here I have a magnet that is in the opposite side of these three magnets. And it will keep, due to which it swings. The swing keeps on moving continuously. Bye. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Manav Raji of grade 5 DPS Kollam. I am here with a small presentation on a topic based on maths. My topic is angle. An angle can be defined as the figure formed by two rays meeting at a common endpoint. There are various types of angles based on their measure of the angle. Now I am going to demonstrate each one to you. I have made an angle graph to show you about different types of angle. In this, the arrow mark is in 0 degree. If we move the arrow, we get an acute angle. As we all know, acute angle is greater than 0 degree and less than 90 degree. Again, if we move it, it will be 90 degree. It is known as right angle. Again, if we move it, if we move the arrow again, we get an obtuse angle, as we know that an obtuse angle is less than 180 degree and more than 90 degree. Now if I move the arrow mark again to 180 degree, we get a straight angle. If we move the arrow mark, we get a reflex angle. A reflex angle is greater than 180 degree and less than 360 degree. If we move the arrow again, it comes to 360 degree. It is called a full angle or complete circle. Thank you.
Hi friends, it's the scientist Asmin Khan, grade 5 DPS Kollam. So today I'm going to do an experiment. The densities of different types of liquid. So let's start. First of all, we want a container, oil, syrup, cold water and food color. So first of all, I'm adding food color to make this water beautiful. Now I'm going to pour this water into this container. Now it's time for the syrup. And now it's time for the oil. Now you can see that the syrup has more density, that's why it is under oil. Experiment number 2, music on water. For this experiment, we want 4 glasses and different types of volumes for different glasses. Now let's start. You can hear that this cup has lesser amount of water but it is producing more sound, and this has more amount of water but it is producing less sound. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Shivani.
I'm Arthnath.
We are going to do an experiment based on air pressure.
So the things we need is a bowl-shaped plate, a candle, water and a glass lighter.
So first we need to stick the candle to the bowl-shaped plate with the wax.
And then we have to light it up.
Then we need to cover the
Candle with the water with the glasses.
Slowly the candle will blow out and the water will come up. It is all because there is no air inside the glass, and it is all because of the air pressure. Air pressure is the pressure exerted by air in all directions. The examples for air pressure
range. Thank you.
Hi guys, I am Vaishnav from grade 5. Today I am going to talk about volcano. Okay, there are three types of volcano: active volcano, dormant volcano and extinct volcano. Okay, the first one is active volcano. Active volcanoes are volcanoes that will erupt anytime or have been erupting now. Dormant volcano, that are volcanoes that have not erupted for several years but erupt in the future. And the last one is extinct volcano. That are the volcanoes that volcanologists believe doesn't happen again. This is my volcano. It is an example for active volcanoes. Okay. Now I will say how I made it. This is a plywood. I used it as a surface, and I used a pipe and sticked it, and I used some newspapers and covered the pipe. To cover the newspaper and pipe, I used some old clothes. Then I added the plaster of Paris all around the volcanoes, so it will look the shape of a volcano. Now let's do and see. Now let's take some baking soda. Let's add it inside the volcano. Now let's take some paint. Now let's put some more baking soda. Some more paint. Now let's take vinegar in a glass. Now let's pour it to the volcano and see how it erupts. This is how the volcano erupts. Now the volcano has erupted. Thank you.
Good morning, teachers and my friends. I am Radha Yasraj from grade 5. Today I am here to present my project called Purifying Water in Cities. Before what we would discuss about water and why do we purify them. Water, it is the most important resource of our planet. Water is color. Water is it is an inorganic, transparent, colorless, odorless, and tasteless chemical substances. Water. Water is also called the universal solvent because it could dissolve more than any substances than any other liquid. One of the main processes of purifying water is to get clean drinking water as it reduces the risk of dangerous diseases and bacteria. For my project, I used a sheet of thermocol. I used some colored chart paper. For the purifying plants, I used containers. For the for the pipeline, I used straws. For the building, I used boxes, and for the grasses, I used some artificial grass and some natural grass. Now let us talk about why purifying water is important. As you all can see, the water is first pumped into a big tank, and alum is added to sedimentation tank to speed up the process of sedimentation. The layer of gravel and sand as it removes the dirt particles. Chlorine is added to chlorination tank to kill germs. The pure and clear water is then passed to our big cities. I think everybody knows about how do we purify water in cities. Thank you.
Today I'll show you how my steam project works and the things I used in it. The things I used in it are reused old bottles, reused shoebox, mustard seeds, mustard microgreens, stones, dry sticks, debris, soil and water. How it works is, while we pour water on the bottle marked deforested land, the soil and debris comes along with the water. As you can see here. Hence, soil erosion happens. But when we pour water on the bottle marked forested land, the water is almost clean. Thus, it prevents soil erosion. We know that in this experiment, trees and plants prevent the dangerous phenomena such as soil erosion. Thank you. Hello friends, today I am going to present a burglar alarm. A burglar alarm is an alarm that detects unauthorized entry into your boxes that contains valuables or in your house. To make this alarm at home, the things I used are a 9-volt battery, a switch, a push to off switch, a buzzer and a LED. So the concept is, when the main switch is on and when the door is opened, the alarm is raised and the LED glows. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nanda and today I have with me a project that will help us understand non-Newtonian physics. For this experiment you need cornflour, cornstarch and water. Pour this mixture into a bowl or a small container and start mixing until you find its weird properties. But what are these weird properties? At times it tries to take form of solid, while at times it tries to take form of a liquid. Try applying a little extra force than needed on your mixture. You'll notice that the substance actually tries and seems to crumble up, while at times if you leave it till the bowl or something, you find that it just flows like liquid. But why is that? It's because it's a non-Newtonian fluid. A non-Newtonian fluid is a fluid that restricts Newton's law of viscosity. Viscosity is a state of being sticky, thick, or semi-liquidy, like our substance here. Cornstarch and water can make this material which store sand and water or another sort of material like that cannot, because of cornstarch's particles. Cornstarch particles are so tiny and minuscule, so tiny and minuscule that you can't even imagine. Its particles differ from 1 micron to 10 micron, and it's smaller than the diameter of a single strand of human hair. Can you believe it? Therefore, it actually attracts and seems to find little thermal and electric forces which help it to be like this. Water and cornstarch want to repel each other with a force so weak that cannot withstand a single grain of sand. It prefers a layer of liquid in between them, so it just stays liquidy when it's undisturbed, while when certain force is applied suddenly, then friction takes over and makes it a salt again. So I hope you understood what a non-Newtonian fluid is, what its components are, and I hope that you make this at home. Bye!
This is a simple model of water dispenser. The main concept of this project is gravity and air pressure. The materials used in this project are cardboard, bottle, and straw. When the cap is opened, the pressure pushes the water downwards, and the water starts to flow through the straw, and the gravity helps it go downwards. And when the cap is closed, the water stops to flow and the pressure stops. This is a simple model of water dispenser. You can add other systems like heating system, cooling system, and etc. This is simple model, and this is how it works. I have colored it so that you can see it clearly. Thank you.
Hi, I am Ayana Sunu, and today I will be explaining how the hydraulic arm works. When the plunger of one syringe is pushed, the water is forced to the second syringe, which makes the plunger expand and the hydraulic arm will lift. The process has aspects of mechanical work, fluid pressure, force, and biomechanics. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Niranjan Surya from Grade 6 DPS Kollam. Today, I'll be presenting my STEAM project. It represents the art aspect of STEAM. Most of the materials that I have used in this build is mostly recycled. The structure of the whole thing is made from cardboard, and the cobblestone walls that you can see on either ends are made from egg cartons that I do not have one to show you. The shingles on the roof are made from cardstock. They have just been lying around. And the flocking on the bottom or the ground, it's really interesting. It's made from dry crushed up leaves. It's really cool to see how you can make such an amazing and awesome thing with just things you'd usually throw away and a week's time. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Alan Balchandran and this is my project submission for STEAM. STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art and Mathematics. Now, my project is on how coal reacts with fire. Before we get into the project, first let's understand how coal is formed. Now, we all know that plants take power of the sun to nourish themselves. Sometimes plants near swamps fall into them repeatedly. The heat of the beds in the swamps cause the plants to degrade or convert into coal. Coal has trapped energy of the sun in it, and when reacting with fire gives us energy. Now, my project is a working model of a thermal power plant. Now, there are two things about thermal power plants. A, there's a good side, and B, there's a bad side. The good side is that it gives us power. The bad side being that it gives out a lot of bad gases, for example carbon dioxide, which severely contributes to global warming. Because of this reason, it has been retired, or in other words stopped, in places like Europe and North America. But as of 2020, it is still being continued in Asia, contributed by China. Now, let's understand how this thermal power plant works. Vehicles transport coal from swamps to the thermal power plant. The thermal power plant, the coal is put inside a pulverizer and pulverized. Then it is transported to a boiler with a furnace. The furnace converts the boilers water to steam, hence powering turbines, hence giving us power, as you can see here. Now let's talk about the parts. Spark arrestor. In case of a fire, the spark arrestor stops fire or spark, and an exhaust gives out all the carbon dioxide and unwanted gases. Anyway, that's my project. Thank you.
Good morning, teachers and my dear friends. My name is Michelle Anna Boris from grade 6 DPS Kollam. Today I'll be presenting the project Rain Light Alarm. Rain Light Alarm is a simple project which is used to detect the rain. When the rainwater falls on the sensor, the LED starts to glow. With this, sitting at home itself, you can take necessary precautions against the rain. This is used in different fields such as automobiles, farming areas, homes, etc. I made this project using a PCB, which is known as printed circuit board, LED, resistor, battery and some copper wires. First I took the PCB and connected the copper wires alternatively to the battery and to the LED. Then I connected the battery and the LED with some copper wires. As rainwater is a good conductor of electricity, the bulb will start to glow when the rainwater falls on the sensor. And this is how it works. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Darsh Vaishnavi Dos of grade 7. Today I am going to explain the model of the respiratory system. As you all know, there are many organs and organ systems in our body. Some of them are the respiratory system, the circulatory system, the nervous system, the reproductive system, the excretory system and so on. They perform specific functions in living organisms. This is the model of my respiratory system. I have made this model using cotton, wigs, rubber bands and gum. The respiratory system mainly performs the function of breathing in human beings. Breathing involves two processes. They are inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation is the taking in of oxygen-rich air into the body, and the exhalation is the process of removing out of carbon dioxide-rich air from the body. During inhalation, the ribs move up and outwards and the diaphragm moves down, causing the lungs to expand and more air rushes into the lungs. During exhalation, the ribs move down and inwards and the diaphragm moves up to its former position, causing the lungs to contract and more air rushes out from the lungs. The air that we breathe in passes into the nasal cavity. Through the trachea, it reaches the lungs. The trachea divides at the lower end into two tubes called bronchi. On reaching the lungs, the bronchi divides further into extremely thin tubes called bronchioles. The bronchioles has tiny air sacs at the end called alveoli. The alveoli has tiny blood capillaries to facilitate the flow of oxygen throughout the body. And this is the mechanism of breathing in human beings. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Alina Shah of grade 7 presenting New My STEAM project, a water rocket. So the water rocket is mainly made out of air pressure and water. So what is air pressure? Air pressure is the force exerted onto an object by the weight of air. Now let's see the materials used for the water rocket is 2.5 liter carbonated bottle, a bicycle nozzle, binders for the wings, or you can use anything plastic as well, and some tape to secure everything. Now as you can see, the bicycle nozzle is attached to the cap of the bottle. So that means when you pump air through the bicycle nozzle over here, and it will go inside through this small tube. Now a cycle pump, you can use a cycle pump to pump the air as well. Now when the bottle also plays an important role in the water rocket because its holding capacity also helps the water rocket to go in great height, therefore great power. When you fill the water, it should cover the 3/4 of the bottle and the rest with air. Now when you fill air inside the bottle, you will find the thickness in the bottle. So that means it's time to let the water rocket fly. When you are ready to let the water rocket fly, you should put the water rocket upside down, slowly open the cap, and there goes the water rocket. So this is a really easy concept. So let's watch the video on a water rocket in action.
DPS Kollam, and as you can see over here, we are going to discuss about the birth, life and death of a black hole. But before starting, we should understand what is a black hole. A black hole is formed when a star dies and it's a region of space where gravity is so strong that even light can't escape. So let's see how are these big monsters born. So for the formation of the black hole, the star should be at least 20 times the mass of the sun. So this is a star that's 20 times or more the mass of the sun. Now we are trying to squeeze it. We are acting like the hands of gravity. It's not squeezing due to air pressure. Just like this, in a normal star, during the process of nuclear fusion, the star creates energy which creates balance between gravity and the nuclear fusion. As a result, the star doesn't collapse. But as the star gets older, iron starts to get formed in its core. And iron, instead of other elements, it doesn't produce energy, but it absorbs energy. As a result, the star loses its mass and the nuclear fusion it stops and the gravity exceeds. This creates an imbalance between it, and we are going to see how it. As a result, the star swells up and the outer when the nuclear fusion stops. The gravity, thus creating the imbalance between nuclear fusion and gravity, and leads to the collapsation of the star. So we'll see how it works. For that, the things required aluminium foil, a balloon filled with air, and a sharp object. As a result, the star swells up, and the outer when the nuclear fusion stops. The gravity, thus creating the imbalance between nuclear fusion and gravity, and leads to the collapsation of the star. So we'll see how it works. For that, the things required aluminium foil, a balloon filled with air, and a sharp object. For example, so here we are. After popping it is easier for me to crush the aluminium foil and the balloon as there is no air pressure. Just like this, in a star, if there is no nuclear fusion, it collapses on its own gravity. So now, and soon it will shrink and shrink until it gets more, it increases the density, and we will get a black hole. So this is our second experiment, and for this you will need a black cloth, a circular object like a metal ring, and few marbles, balls, etc. So here we kept a small one joined at the same place at the singularity. We have discussed the birth and the life of the black hole. Now the date is remaining. This is the easiest experiment of all, and for this you will just need a pump and a balloon. So let's see what happens in the experiment. We'll pump air into the balloon. But as you can see, the balloon loses all the air. The same happens in black hole, but in a little complicated way. When universe, as you know, when universe was formed, we have normal matter and antimatter. Antimatter is just the opposite of normal matter, like water and fire. And unlike water and fire, when they collide, both get destroyed. So here, when the black hole sucks in, it also at times sucks antimatter. And when antimatter collides with normal matter, the black hole loses its mass, as we see, and this eventually leads to the evaporation of a black hole, which is also known as Hawking radiation. Thank you. Hope you understood the experiment very well, and I hope that you will try this at your home.
Hi, today I'm going to show you how a wind turbine converts wind into electricity. So to show you this, I have made a small model of a wind turbine. Wind turbine works on a simple principle. Instead of using electricity to make wind like a fan, wind turbines use wind to make electricity. Wind turns the propeller-like blades of a turbine around the rotor, which spins a generator which creates electricity. So you can see this. Thank you.
And I am Parthiv. We made a dam as our project. If we connect every dam in India, we will not have water scarcity and water will not be wasted in India. Like when dams from Kerala is connected to Tamil Nadu dams, they will have enough and more water in Tamil Nadu. The idea behind the Mullaperiyar Dam was to divert part of the Periyar River. which caused floods in Kerala to the drought-prone Vaigai River basin in Tamil Nadu. The project was undertaken under the supervision of Scottish Major John Pennywhick in 1887 and 1895. So when we connect dams in India, we will not have water scarcity also. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Malaka and today I am going to present before you the simple working model of the lungs. Lungs are the primary organs of the respiratory system. Each cell in the body requires oxygen to survive. Oxygen which is supplemented by the process of respiration. Respiration can be defined as the process in which oxygen is taken in from the surroundings and carbon dioxide produced in the cells is expelled. Now, let us take a look at the basic anatomy of the respiratory system. The main organs which you need to pay attention to are the nose, the nasopharynx, the trachea, the bronchi, the bronchioles and the alveoli. There are certain muscles and bones which aid in the process of respiration. These muscles include the diaphragm, the intercostal muscles and the abdominal muscles. And the bones which aid in this process include the ribcage. Now, let us take a look at how this process happens. During inspiration, the diaphragm contracts and moves downwards, creating a suction in the chest cavity and forcing the air inwards. At the same time, the intercostal muscles contract, forcing the ribcage to expand outwards. During expiration, the abdominal muscles contract, forcing the diaphragm to move upwards and forcing the air out of the lungs. Now, let us take a look at the simple model which has been created using household items such as plastic bottles, straws and balloons. This long yellow straw is supposed to represent the trachea. These tiny blue straws are supposed to represent the bronchi. The balloons are supposed to represent the lungs. The dots on it are supposed to represent the alveoli, and this rubber sheet is supposed to represent the diaphragm. Now, I am going to demonstrate before you how inspiration happens. As you saw earlier, when I blew air into the trachea, the balloons filled up and the rubber sheet moved downwards. Now, this model can be integrated into education so that students can get a better understanding of the working of the lungs and by extension, the process of respiration. Thank you.
Good evening everyone. Today I am going to present my cleaning robot to you. Cleaning robot is a robot that cleans the house everywhere and it's so useful to you. Now I will show you how it works. I guess everybody saw the video. Now I will show you which all materials I have used to make the robot. I have used Arduino Uno, two 3.7 batteries, motor drive controller, normal wires, jumbo wires, Bluetooth module, then 5 gear motors, 5 tires, a brush, dual battery charger, a switch, then connectors. Working principle behind this robot are Bluetooth technology, wireless technology and remote controlling. I have burned some set of instructions to the Arduino to control this car. This car is connected by an app called Arduino RC Car. It can be downloaded in Google Play Store. Thank you and have a nice day.